The prince disguised himself as a poor delivery man just to find true love. Yes, a whole billionaire prince, riding a rusty bike, carrying nylon bags through traffic. Why? Because every woman who smiled at him only saw money, never his heart. And he wanted love, real love. Prince Olumide stood in his father's palace, wearing royal clothes, but his heart was empty. They see a crown, not a man. They see money, not love. If I must marry, it will not be a woman who bows to my wallet. It must be one who loves me for me. That night, he removed the prince's robe, put on torn jeans, cheap slippers, and became Kunle, a delivery boy. Nobody in the streets knew him. On a hot afternoon, Kunle pushed his delivery bike through the streets. His first stop, a small tailoring shop. Inside, a young woman bent over a sewing machine, sweat shining on her forehead. Delivery. 2 meat pies and a drink, Amara. Looking up, smiling. Ah, thank you. You look tired. Have you eaten? Kunle froze. Nobody ever asked him that. Amara, tearing the meat pie in two. Here, eat with me. He stared at her, moved. For the first time in years, someone cared about the man, not the prince. That moment, something shifted in his heart. Days turned into weeks. Kunle kept delivering to Amara's shop. Sometimes he stayed longer, helping her lift fabric rolls, carrying thread, or just sitting on the bench outside while buses honked in the street. They talked about dreams. One day, I'll open a fashion school, train girls from the slum. If they have skills, nobody can trap them in poverty. Kunle listened, inspired. He had money to change the world, but he couldn't tell her yet. Instead, he admired her fire, her courage, her honesty. Soon, laughter turned to stolen glances. Friendship turned to love. But secrets don't last forever. One rainy evening, as thunder rolled and the power went out, Kunle couldn't hold it anymore. Amara, there's something I must tell you. My name is not Kunle. I am Prince Olumide, son of the king. The sewing machine fell silent. Amara, whispering, You're the prince? Yes, but please, listen. Amara, cutting him off, voice breaking. So you lied. You pretended to be poor just to test me? You made a fool of my heart. Her eyes filled with tears. She turned away. Leave. I don't want love built on lies. Olumide's heart shattered. Back in the palace, Olumide sat at a table filled with expensive meals. But every bite tasted like sand. He looked out at the city lights. He was the richest man in the kingdom, yet the poorest in love. His father, the king, saw his pain. My son, if she is the one, then fight for her. But go, not as a prince. Go as a man. The next evening, Olumide returned to Amara's shop. No guards, no designer clothes, just himself. He stood before her as children played football nearby. Amara, I was wrong. I feared losing you, that's why I lied. But the truth is, without you, all the riches mean nothing. If you cannot forgive me, I will walk away forever. But know this, prince or no prince, my heart is yours. The street went quiet. Amara stared at him, remembering the man who carried fabrics for her, who ate bread with her, who listened to her dreams. Tears filled her eyes. Kunle or Olumide, it is your heart I love. But promise me, never lie again. Never again. They embraced, their love sealed in truth. Months later, the city buzzed. The billionaire prince married the sourelier tailor. But instead of showing off wealth, Olumide and Amara announced the Amara Foundation, a project funding thousands of young women to start tailoring schools across the city. From Ojuelegba to Ikeja, girls danced and cheered. The city learned, true love isn't measured in crowns or cash, but in honesty and sacrifice.